Toyota India have finally entered the C SUV segment in India with the launch of the Urban Cruiser Hyryder on the 1st of July 2022. This one rivals the likes of the Creta, Seltos, Taygun, Kushaq, etc. and becomes the first and only car in the segment to offer all-wheel drive. Here's what you should know about this car. As soon as we hear Toyota's brand name attached to a car, we are getting sure of two things. First, that it will last really long. In fact, it might last so long that the only time you're going to replace the car is when you got bored of it, because it probably will last you about 150 to 200,000 kilometers perfectly fine. Secondly, well, the car will not be emptying your pockets on its maintenance. That was especially the case for the Toyota Fortuner, which sold and still sells like hotcakes. As far as I remember, the previous gen Fortuner would cost you only about 3,500 to 5,000 rupees for annual service charges. That is less than a lot of the premium hatchbacks that we have today. But anyway, we are going to be talking about the first C-segment SUV from Toyota that has been launched in India, the Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyryder. And this one has 4x4 and hybrid. Not and hybrid. The hybrid variants do not get 4x4, but nevertheless, the normal Neo Drive variants do, and this makes it the only C-segment SUV to feature 4x4. Because, well, the Duster is no longer selling in India. So let's jump right into it and know all that you need to know about this car. Now, before we talk about the design, the features and the performance of this car, let's first talk about its size, because size does matter. This one, unlike the Maruti Brezza, which was a B-segment SUV, which is a compact SUV, this one is a mid-size SUV, meaning it's longer than 4 meters in length and takes on the likes of the Hyundai Creta, the Kia Seltos, the MG Aster, the Nissan Kicks, and the Volkswagen Twins in the form of Taygun and Skoda Kushaq. So if you see the table in front of you, the Urban Cruiser Hyryder is only shorter in length than the Nissan Kicks, which is the largest car in the segment because it's the longest, it's got the longest wheelbase, it's the highest, it's got the most width. So yeah, it's only shorter in length than the Nissan Kicks. But when it comes to the wheelbase, the situation is kind of weird because it's only got a longer wheelbase than the MG Aster. How it pans out for the rear seat comfort is only going to be found out when we get hands-on with the car, but it seems quite weird. When it comes to height, and I don't think that it matters much in this segment, but it's actually equal in height to the Hyundai Creta, exactly equal to it. So that's okay for a C-segment SUV. In terms of width as well, it's pretty wide, so seating 3 at the back, I don't think it would be a problem, and I think it just might come with 3 headrests, with the one in the middle which would be a folding armrest. And yeah, we'll have to wait until we actually get a hands-on with it. The wheel size in all of these cars is 17-inch, which is kind of a relief because I was expecting that they could go with 16 inches and it might just look too short or too, I don't know, it would be weird, so that's fine. Now, when it comes to the performance aspect of the vehicle, the Urban Cruiser Hyryder is powered by 2 engine options, which you can choose from. It's either a Neo Drive, which is a mild hybrid, normal kind of system that we've been seeing in Maruti cars, or a smart, strong hybrid system, which has an EV-only mode and has a self-charging. That's a 3-cylinder naturally aspirated, whereas the Neo Drive, which is the mild hybrid, is 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. The 4x4 all-wheel drive variant is only available in the 4-cylinder 1.5-litre engine and not in the hybrid version. Okay, talking about the automatic and manual transmissions, the Neo Drive version comes with a 6-speed torque converter or a 5-speed manual, whereas the 3-cylinder hybrid engine comes with an e-drive transmission. When it comes to power, you'll be slightly disappointed because, well, it's got efficiency in its mind and not exactly power. The Neo Drive engine, which is not the hybrid one, comes with 103 almost, and the hybrid version comes with almost 114 horsepower. If you compare it with the rivals, you'll find that the naturally aspirated non-hybrid version is actually quite underpowered when compared to others. The Kushaq, the Taycan, the Aster, the Creta, the Seltos, and even the Nissan Kicks are all much higher in terms of power and torque. The VW Taycan and Skoda Kushaq have a 1-liter 3-cylinder turbo engine which produces 115 horsepower, which is equivalent to the 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine, which is a hybrid one in the Urban Cruiser Hyryder. So you kind of get the whole picture. Now let's finally go ahead with the safety, design and features of the car. Now we're not going to go through all of these, like every single feature, but yes, the standout ones. And on the safety front, there are quite a lot. This one comes with 6 airbags, a 360-degree camera, ABS with EBD, vehicle stability control, hill hold and hill descent, and an impressive advanced body structure. This body structure is something I would want Hyundai and Kia to take note of. No offense. Now, if you add the hybrid tag with Toyota's claims of best-in-class fuel efficiency, along with the supposed low maintenance cost that comes with the Toyota and the reliability, I think you have a package that kind of leads the CSUV segment. Now, granted, you don't get a 4x4 system with the hybrid, but if you remove that part, you also get a 4x4, which again just shoots it to the top of the ladder, because this one comes loaded with features. It's got Toyota's reliability, it's got lower maintenance costs, it's got lower running costs because it's not a very powerful engine, and it's just the perfect package for someone who wants to daily drive this thing. Oh, and we just can't overlook Toyota's claims of their fuel efficiency mixed with the hybrid technology, because, well, Toyota has been at the helm of hybrid technology for almost 2 decades now. Coming over onto the design front, I'm going to say I was expecting it to look quite a lot similar to the Brezza, but I'm glad to say that it just doesn't. It has some of the elements of the Brezza, but it just has its own distinct look at the front. Especially, this one has a more butch stance, it's got a more SUV-ish stance, and it has an imposing presence. So this one is out of the box if you compare it to the rest of the CSUVs, which are basically urban SUVs. At the front you get 2 twin LED DRLs, and the actual LED headlamps are below it, which eliminates the need for fog lamps, I guess. But at the rear, I really like those slim LED tail lights, because it just gives it a very proper modern look. These are my second favorite LED taillights. The first one is obviously the VW Taycan with the light bar that connects them. It's absolutely gorgeous. And even at the rear, the fake diffuser and the skid plate at the front, they're just a well-rounded, like off-road butch looking stance, even with the wheel arches. And coming over from the wheel arches, when you look at it from the side profile just does not make the wheels look smaller, as was the case with the Brezza. I don't know, it could be a personal opinion, as looks are for everyone, but the Brezza's wheel just felt too small for the car. But this one, it just appears to be very proportionate. And Toyota, just like always, Toyota's SUVs look the part. They look like they can do the job that they advertise themselves to do. And this one is no different. Coming over to the interiors, and this is where the similarities with the Brezza are exaggerated, but there are definitely some things which are quite different. For starters, this one has premium leather stitching and leather finish on the interiors, but on the features front, it's actually quite well loaded. It's got a panoramic sunroof, head-up display, wireless charging, a 9-inch infotainment screen, a fully digital MID, ventilated seats, and of course Toyota's connected car tech. If you get the hybrid version, you also get an EV driving mode, which is absolutely brilliant at this segment. Now, I think ventilated seats is a feature which is absolutely necessary in a tropical country like India, especially in these weather conditions, the summers. And I think more car brands should include this feature more than the stupid panoramic sunroof, where everyone can poke their heads out in a very unsafe and dangerous manner. I don't know why this has not caught up to the trends, but this is a very welcome addition, which just again makes it stand out of the pack in this segment. Now this was a very quick and crisp know-how about the new Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyryder. Oof, that's a mouthful. If you like the video, you can like it, and if you want to get more updates like these about new launches of the cars or even the Hyryder when we get our hands on it, well, you can definitely subscribe to our channel. You can visit our website carthrust.com for more information about Formula One and cars in general. If you're a petrol head, or well, let's just say if you're a gearhead, well, then you should definitely check us out. Also, you can leave your comments below. We'd love to read those. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.